Okay, we've had our first snow of the year. Not much. Most of it's melted off the ground, but a little bit on the truck. We got about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or so. So anyway, today I'm waiting on some help for the lift, so I'm going to work on the truck today by getting the front seat out. I got one more bolt that's stuck that I got to get. Other than that, the seat's ready to come out. The other night I removed the gas tank already because I'm going to relocate the gas tank to the rear. So do that conversion. So anyway, basically today, the only thing I want to do is get this seat out and then get all the acorns and all the rust and everything cleaned out of it. So again, when it goes into the shop, it's a lot cleaner and I don't have a ton of stuff falling on the floor. So that's today's goal. Okay, we got the seat out, the gas tank's out, this little card that was there is out, the gas line is out, basically everything. So there's the stuff that was under the seat. Some rust to repair there and rust to repair there. So I ordered a bunch of parts from LMC yesterday. So I've got my cab corners, parts of the floor, and different things. So I'll hit the ground running on this once it's in the garage. So next time we see the truck, it's going to be inside the garage. And I'll start the truck series on this. Alright, I'm starting to get my lift in. Ed came over, we got the post up and the cross member. I've got this, I'm getting ready to level it or put shims on it. It's ready to go. I didn't film a lot of this because it's kind of boring, and if you want to see, this is, again, it's Advantage lift. If I can get where you can see. That's the brand, and they have all kinds of videos on these. So if you're interested in watching one, they have a step-by-step. It's like 2 hours long. It covers everything on the lift, so I didn't really feel a need to cover it myself. But anyway, we're getting it in. I've still got 3 days to finish it up, but so that's where we are. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of tired today from getting it this far, but I'm kind of excited. Get the rest of it, and then we'll get the truck pulled in here. Okay, the truck's in the garage, you can see, and the lift's up. One problem I had when I put the lift up, not a problem. This last bolt, when I went to tighten this last bolt, all the other ones are fine. It kind of mushroomed on the top and the bolt got seized on it. So I had to take a plate and weld to the top of that bolt to keep it from turning so I could free up the nut so it would turn. But I've got that fixed. Like I said, I welded it up. Normally that doesn't work when I do things like that, but this time it worked. I got that torqued down to the right spec. So, okay, the truck is in, but I'm still a little tight on space. I've got to reorganize a little bit. I had to move all this stuff around to get the welder out in order to fix the lift there. But anyway, you can see I've got that Carmagia there. I've got the truck here. It's in between the lift. So I'm going to organize a little bit, and then we're going to start working on the truck a little bit today. Okay, we have our first lift off. So got it up on the ground. I just got it up high enough to work on the front. I want to get this off of it, so I want to take that off. But it seemed to lift really well. So still getting used to it. It's a little nervous having it at first, having not, been under it and everything. So I want to keep it low the first time, work my way into it. But anyway, we're going to start working today and see what we can get done. Okay, I got these two bolts out, which go directly to the frame on both sides. They came out pretty easy. But it looks like after they did that, they reached in here. I don't know if I can get it right along there, and they welded that to the top of the frame as far as they could reach in. So now I've got to cut this piece off so I can get a grinder in there to cut through that. So get these off next. Okay, I got that plate cut off so I can grind that weld off. And to protect the body from that, the grinder, when I'm running the grinder back, I just put a piece of extra metal in between there. I got the top cut, and I'm going to grind back into that and get this side exposed. Okay, where I had to grind this off, I ground too far, cut into the metal, so I'm going to have to go weld these up now. While I'm doing it. This side, I just kind of grazed it, but I'll go ahead and weld those now so I don't have to do it later. Okay, I got those welded up as good as they need to be. Came out pretty good. So that side's done, and that side's done. So that's about all I need to do. I can start working on some bumper designs here. I need to get a winch, and I'll probably start with the winch and work from there when I make the bumpers. I think I'm going into the stainless that was in the bed of this. I think I'm going to try to make stainless bumpers since I have all that stainless. I really don't have any other thing to use it for. So I think I'm going to try making stainless bumpers for this. I'll probably have a steel structure behind it, but then I'll cover everything in stainless. Possibility, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, I got the truck jacked up on the lift. I finally went ahead and raised it up pretty high. I'm doing some inspections now. The front of the frame on both sides still has original green paint on it, so the front of the frame is in really good shape, especially the other side. It's pretty good all through there. On the other side, the plow that had the reservoir was leaking all kinds of fluid, so it's almost perfect on this side just because of all the fluid that leaked out that kept it nice and oiled. So it's in really good shape. I noticed on my shackle back here, I'm gonna have to get one of the little washer savers there. It kind of wallowed out the hole right there, so you can kind of see that. So that's something to repair. The other side's perfect, but that side I'll have to work on. But the front half of the car is in really good shape as far as frame goes. All the wheels are tight. There's no loose tie rods or anything, so everything, it must have been maintained because it's dirty, but everything's still kind of tight. So anyway, we'll keep going through it and see what else we can discover. One thing I need to do next, I think this was part of the snow plow, this two pieces of metal that go up, they sandwich the frame there. So I have to cut these three bolts, the bolts at the top, but it's also tack welded along each side. So I've got to get under and get both of these off each side. So that's probably going to be the next thing I do. I don't know if I'm going to do it today, but that'll be next on the list. Okay, I'm doing some exploratory stuff on the truck. I'm just looking for things I'm going to need to replace, and you just saw me start to clean the bag that was right there. It was so covered in dirt and oil I couldn't even see it before, and I just saw it. But I cleaned it up a little bit. That's what it is. This is the bag that held fluid for the windshield fluid. So it's a nice original bag, still in pretty good shape. It seems to still hold water and be waterproof, so I don't know how great it is, but it's pretty nice. It's original. To clean up some more if I put a little more time and effort into it. But anyway, that's what I'm doing now. And then I'm also going through and, like I say, I'm measuring things that I need for the truck, shocks for the front. I'm just taking measurements of the compressed and extended, what size the U-bolts are, the shackle there. This has a front, the bushing right here. It has a weird bushing on the front. It's just kind of a roller. It kind of rolls through, so they don't seem like they make those in aftermarket, so I'm going to have to find something. But anyway, that's what I'm doing with this. I'm not going to do too much more on this video. I've got the truck on the lift. You saw that, so I'll talk about what I'm going to do next. Okay, Christmas time, it's always hard to get stuff done. I have been getting stuff done. I got the lift in. I got the truck. And I bought a Eastwood bead roller. They were on sale at Black Friday, so I got a bead roller that I got. So I've got that done. But this video I'm going to do 3 Christmas videos. This one's going to be the Christmas present. So you've seen what I've been working on presently. I'm working on the video. Next week I'm going to go see a car that I built. I'd say 90% of it was done. I was building it for a guy. He passed away. The car got sold and it traded a few hands and went back and forth. Well, a friend of mine ended up with it, and he's finishing the car. So he's changing the vision of it a little bit, but he wants me to come out and look at it, so I'm going to do a whole video of that. So that'll kind of be my Christmas past, so you can see some of the things I worked on in the past. I'm also going to, I downloaded a bunch of pictures I have on file of all the past projects you see in the shop, kind of in the background. I'm going to get into more detail of that, just so you can see stuff I've done in the past. But I'm kind of excited to see this car. I haven't seen it in probably been about 5 years. Well, not since I saw it, but since I last worked on it. It's probably been 5 years since I worked on it. So we're going to go see that, and that'll be the next video. And like I say, it's kind of an Ian Russell type of build. It was a little, for me, it was a little bit different build than I normally do, but it was a car that we started as like a slingshot dragster, and the guy came in our shop and decided he wanted it and had to have it, so I gave him a ridiculous price and hoping that he wouldn't buy it, but he ended up buying it. And so I started working on it, but he had a different vision than what it was meant to be originally, so we had to kind of make it fit. So it was kind of just a weird car, and it's I don't know, we'll get into it. I'll show you on the next video, and we'll see it and hopefully we like that. So this is going to end this video. It's hopefully not too long. And then the next one will be Christmas past, and then we'll do one after that will be Christmas future. So happy holidays, and I'll see you in about a week.